The sun is set in Chicago. The temps have dipped and will continue to do so. Jacket and blanket weather. It's that time of year at Soldier Field. Here's the Australian-born punter Mitch Wishnowsky to get things going. And off we go from Soldier Field. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. First carry for DeAndre Swift. And right away he lost the football. And one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. Down to the 41.
Brandon, you're a big lover of music. How about what you just saw there? This is what I call playing the piano for a defensive lineman. The ability to move laterally up and down the line of scrimmage. How about the way he just flowed and got to the outside part of the field and made that play?
Another run with McCaffrey on 2nd down. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. You look at this Bears defense. They've been very good against the pass so far this year. Number 4 in the NFL right now. And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB. It easily move into the top 5. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, Charles, it's early, but that's a key 3rd down conversion. Remember, they forced the turnover on the opening drive. Now they're in a position where they look like they'll at least get 3 out of this.
A great example of complementary football if they're able to cash this in, isn't it, partner? Because defense does this job, takes it away, turns over the offense. They just pick up a nice first down there. Maybe it's time to think about taking it.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. George Kittle, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the 49ers use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. Here is Wishnowsky to boot it away following the touchdown. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we could walk away with a win.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. To throw, Williams. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. And add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Here we go. To the air, Williams. A short throw there, that's to Smythe, the tight end. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taking them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a first and goal.
Here's Swift. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
That's good power football on first and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
Second and goal from inside the 5. They'll run with a rookie drafted in the 3rd round. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Open man, he finds Kmet. Touchdown, Chicago. 4 yards on the touchdown grab. And the Bears are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Santos with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They currently sit 1 game over 500 thanks to their victory a week ago. Yeah, Charles, they've been really an up-and-down team all year. Do you think that they have enough to get into the playoffs?
Well, you did mention they've been up and down all year, so to me, it depends on what week you catch them. When they're at their best, I think they're definitely playoff worthy. But to me, they haven't been able to bring the intensity week in and week out, and that could be their Achilles heel.
They're going to get this outside. Oh, this could be a double pass. But the defense quick to read this. They bust in and drop him before he could take the shot downfield. So that one a disaster. A big loss there with 2nd down coming up. A handoff left, McCaffrey. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
Purdy looking to throw. And looking for Kittle, but it's intercepted. Pushing his way through.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach on the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the football.
And he whips that one incomplete there. DeAndre Swift, the intended receiver that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down. You look at this Niner defense. This unit, they're hoping to improve against the pass because right now, Charles, number 27 in the NFL.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. This defense for the Niners, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. but I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
To throw, it's Williams. Flush to his right. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. These two teams all tied after one. Back in Chicago, ready for the second quarter. It's the Bears in possession as they go to work on a 1st and goal. From the shotgun, a throw for Williams. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Amari Cooper from a yard out, and the Bears have taken the lead. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. At their own 30-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And the stakes in this game certainly high as we get toward the end of the regular season. For now, they are holding a wild card spot, but there are no shortage of other teams in the NFC looking to take that spot from them.
Starting with the guys on the other side of the field because they're on the outside looking in, and no one likes to be in that position. You want to be in the room, not looking inside to see everyone else having fun.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. Up the gut, McCaffrey. Tremaine Edmonds there to bring him down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Play action. Now Purdy. The 20. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
When teams practice their plays during the week, they're hoping that it's going to pay off on game day. So it sure has to feel good for them when they hit them during a game, and they hit that one there for big yardage.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Purdy now to throw. Steps away to his left. And here he'll get it down to the 7. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down. Purdy will set up to throw it here. Sliding out of the pocket. This will be caught at about the 5. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch. Not much yardage afterwards.
No movement from the field goal unit. They've got 4 full yards to go here on 4th and goal to hit pay dirt, but they're going to go for it. Here's Purdy. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. He couldn't get the ball away on 4th and goal. And the Chicago defense able to come up with a goal line stand. Here's Williams. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. 45 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. The Bears at 5 and 6 to start play. Charles, they were losers last time. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one. Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16. Now Purdy. Eluding the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Montez Sweat. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the 2nd quarter, 14-7. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it. Rolling to his nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Throwing here, Purdy. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
So on fourth down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. And they'll let this one go right on the outskirts of the 10. They'll down it at the 11-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Let's go.
Throwing is Williams. He's going to look deep for more. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked up by Trey Brown. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
So first thing that crossed my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
And now a fake on the jet sweep, and instead they'll give it to McCaffrey. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Purdy. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, the pressure, the hits, the sacks have been coming at him all game long. I'm frankly surprised that they haven't found a solution yet to create more time for him to throw it or maybe change what they do on offense.
And that's one of the biggest differences in this game and why they're losing right now. And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. And this play's still live. He faked the spike, going to throw it.
I guess it's time to date myself a little bit because I remember Dan Marino running a similar play to this on a Monday night game against the Jets way back when. He's going to fake the spike and hope that the defense lets his guard down, but they were alert there, and this ends up incomplete.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now a throw here out wide. He might be looking to throw this again. His throw, a good one, and it's caught. And this works to perfection. The double pass leads to a touchdown. Point after, right down the middle. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's got his receiver, Cooper. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. A final shot before break. Williams. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon.
Tyler Santos to kick off for Chicago.
And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff. And the first drive of the second half will commence from the 30-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
Purdy off the play fake. Able to get away. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. Not sure what happened out there, but looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
And darn right, they did something to disrupt that timing.
Purdy from the gun on 3rd down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6. A give running left, it's McCaffrey. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 23 yards the pickup there. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now, hotly contested in the 3rd quarter. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Out of the pistol, McCaffrey. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
I don't think anyone thought we'd see a run facing 2nd and that long, and that element of surprise, I think, helped make that play so successful. Nice effort on that carry, and it took what seemed like 2nd and impossible. Now has him within throwing range of a first down.
They go play action here. Purdy. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. But sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw defensive end right in his face because he looked up and he was right there. Didn't even have a chance to get going.
Back to throw, Purdy. He'll buy some time right. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on a flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
That'll be caught by Ayuk. Touchdown, 49ers. Brandon Ayuk. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Niners have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the 2nd half. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 21-14. Here is Wishnowsky to boot it away following the touchdown. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Well, Charles, you and I said at intermission, feels like we're set up for a good 2nd half. Well, the other side scored, and now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the 2nd half?
Well, bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good offense looks like. They believe they've got a good offense as well. Run the best plays you've got to the top performers you have, and try and move that ball down the field for an answering score.
Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
That is caught. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down. On play action, here's Williams. To the left side, into the hands of Odunze. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
He's got his target. That's complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 30. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now at Soldier Field. It's Bears football, but they trail on the scoreboard as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter. 2nd and 1 now from the 21. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Escaping the pressure right. And did he get the feet down? Yes, touchdown. Cole Kmet with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th-quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. Boy, what a start to the week this has been. All tied 4th quarter as the kick's away. Here comes the return from the very back of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Nice satisfying run on 1st down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
From the 24, Purdy got a man right side. It's McCaffrey. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
And this is caught. Jennings. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there, a 22. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line. From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd down and 3. Purdy now to throw off the play action. Oh, no, he lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. 2nd time in this game, Charles, the ball is squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 27-yard line. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 27. McCaffrey running up the middle. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Now a quick throw as they get it to Ayuk outside. So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Oh, no, he lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. One, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But two, being able to punt it changes.
But how about this, a fake? And this is caught. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. The fumble recovery certainly has put them in the driver's seat. 1st and 10, all tied here in the 4th. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. 61 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Here's 2nd down and 3. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And they're facing a big 3rd down now in this tie ball game. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Here we go.
To the air, Williams. He's got his man. That's a Dunze. And he will have the Bears 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. DeAndre Swift, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Bears have broken our tie and have taken a 4th quarter lead. Oh, this is blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a line. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And all the way into the end zone, and that's 2 points. Well, you figure with a veteran kicker out there, these extra points almost automatic, but this one turns into 2 points the other way.
And we both know it's hard to put it on him. I think there was a breakdown in the protection, but guess what? It does go against his record.
So after the block PAT, they're ready to kick this one off. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Here's Purdy to throw. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29.
Not a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
Purdy to throw. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. A couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football. They've hit it.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
And he is going to have a Niners 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. Just the one timeout remaining as they try to navigate this 2-minute drill. 1st and 10. Here's Purdy. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
That's exactly what they were looking for. If they get another gain like that, they'll be right there in field goal range.
And the tension building. Throwing, Purdy. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute. What a game this has been, and what a drive that was, Charles, to take the lead here late in the 4th quarter.
And, partner, that's a job well done by everyone, from the players to the guys calling the plays. And if I may introduce just one downside to the mix, might be a little bit too much time left. Enough on the clock for a final last-ditch effort to try and steal this win away.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. This is 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Able to find Kmet. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Two timeouts still in their back pocket. It's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's across for the touchdown. It's likely the game winner here in the closing stages. Santos now to add the PAT. And it would appear they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Here's 1st and 10. To throw is Purdy. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
Probably time for 2 more shots, and ideally, they'd like to get to midfield or so they have a chance at a Hail Mary on the final play.
Here comes 2nd down. Purdy to throw. Open man, the former Gator, hits Ricky Pearsall. Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Dancing to his left. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is incomplete.
Oh, and this is nervous time now. They decided to go for it right there. Fortunately, still a little bit of time left for another shot. But this one almost certainly has to be in the end zone.
Purdy with one final shot here. They'll roll him out right. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that is going to be incomplete. Well, they got the tip they were looking for but couldn't secure it. And this one's over. What a game we were treated to in this one. And on that final play, they had a chance. They had the ball just beyond midfield for one final shot but couldn't get it done, and they suffered the loss.
Yeah, and you mentioned how they had a chance on that final play, and getting it to midfield gave them that opportunity. hoping they can find their way to the end zone and make that miracle happen. A really good ending to an entertaining contest, though.
So for the Bears, the win gets them back to 500 at 6-6 on the year. And they'll get a few extra days to savor this one before they take on the New Orleans Saints. Meanwhile, for San Francisco, it'll be loss number 6 on the season for them. And they'll get the extra week to think about this one as they return to action in 2 weeks' time.
You can almost hear the noise coming from the nearby French Quarter, and they're being just as loud inside Caesars Superdome here in New Orleans. Not a kicker or a puncher here, Brock. It's safety Justin Reed to get this one going. And we're underway in Caesars Superdome. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Now for the first time, it's a give to the rookie from Ohio State. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Looking to the air here. Fell on the catch. And a massive hit at the end of that play. Oh, baby. But he hangs on through it. Still able to get that 1st down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
They'll run here on 1st down. Down the sideline into the red zone. And he finally ends up out of bounds after a huge gain. One of the game's biggest plays right there as they get the markers reset.
Coming off that carry, I'd go right back to him. Not a hotter hand on the field right now. Get that man the rock.
What a spot for a big play, huh, Brock? It has him well into the red zone now with 1st and 10. Back to the well again. And this is brought to a halt pretty early at about the 8. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
Hey, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Bell going in motion left. Wideout's getting involved in the ground game. And he's in. It's a Cleveland touchdown. The Browns take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. For the offense, you gotta love it, Brock. Points to begin the game as he runs it in for an opening drive touchdown.
And you've got one very happy running back right over there on the sideline right now. These backs, they do feel the pressure to find the end zone every single week. It's not easy to do. But to do it this early and get out of the way, big time.
Hopkins knocks the extra point through. And the Browns will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. And well, in the past, we wouldn't have batted an eye as it sailed over the end zone, Brock. But with our new kickoff rules in place, that's going to cost them. The football's coming all the way out to the 30-yard line. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. This is Alvin Kamara with it. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah there to bring him down. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Rattler to the air now. That's caught. Rashid Shaheed makes the play. And what a hit there. Ouch, she pays the price for moving the chains that time.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Kamara now on 1st and 10. Escapes a defender. And he hit a seam and got it to the opposing 44. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
At the 44-yard line.
Slot man motioned over. Ooh, a little movement along the line there. That's going to cost the defense 5 yards. So keep that 2nd and short play in your back pocket. So the penalty goes ahead and gives them the first. They'll have a new set of downs following that defensive penalty. They'll run here following the penalty. And he's brought down for a loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
Here's 2nd and 11. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
No connection on the last play, and out 3rd down. Here's Rattler. Catch made by Cooks. And he's brought down, but there's some laundry on the field. So after some careful consideration, they're going to go ahead and decline the penalty. The penalty erases an exciting turnover, makes it 1st and 10. Running it after the penalty. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
That's why you often see some mix, some high percentage pass plays on 1st and 10. You got to keep a defense honest. They're always looking for a run in that situation, and a chance to stack them up for 2nd and long.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Rattler back to throw. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. Well, they were thinking at least a field goal on the drive if they couldn't reach the end zone, right? But the interception keeps them from even getting 3 out of this possession.
You really hope at the end of this game you don't look back and go, shoulda, woulda, coulda. If we could have gotten some points out of that drive early, we wouldn't be in the situation we are in now.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Takes the handoff, now to throw. That's into the hands of Moore. And a massive hit at the end of that play. Oh, baby. But he hangs on through it. Still able to get that 1st down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a 1st down. We will not get another play in here. That's going to do it for quarter number 1. Neither side separating much so far. Back to the Superdome of Caesar in just a bit. We're ready now for the 2nd quarter. Browns in control of it. They'll have 2nd down as they look to continue this good drive. Jerry Jeudy with the grab. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. They gain 14 on the play. And that gives the Browns a first. Hand off to the back. And he's brought down after getting this to the 17, into the red zone. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up. From the 17. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Ben. Even good defenses, great defenses in this league, Kate, they're going to bend at times, but you never want to break. And when you get a sack in the red zone, well, that goes a long ways to helping your efforts.
Yeah, this one is dropped and incomplete. He had the pick in his hands, couldn't hang on. It's going to be 4th down. Dustin Hopkins is going to try this Browns field goal. This one from an even 40 yards out. Carlson's kick is good. And that one was hit great. It sails on through without incident.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. And he got all of that one, that's for sure. But with our new kickoff rules in play this year, that means the football is going to be spotted at the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. And not a great choice on 1st down. It's incomplete, nearly intercepted, actually. So 2nd down coming up.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Looking to throw, Rattler. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Picked off by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And the Browns get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season. Okay, Brock, now back-to-back drives where they have picked him off. That's got to be a worrying trend for these coaches who know how integral the passing game is to their game plan and their success.
Those poker players, the best of them, when they figure out a tell, they know exactly how to beat their opponent. This defense right now, they're reading this quarterback like a book.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Give now to the running back. And he's charged towards the line. That's right around 3 yards.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Throwing now from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And that will not be enough for a 1st down.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
They get 2 on the play, and now they've got 1st and goal.
Certainly drop these quarterback keepers anticipating a whole lot more yardage, but I think it could be overlooked there since they did pick up the 1st down. If anything, they can see what kept it to a small gain over there on the sidelines, and they'll come back to it on the next set of downs. This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline and his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
That's a Cleveland touchdown. It seems like a lot of the time, Brock, even if the results aren't quite as flashy every rep, tight ends are even more reliable scorers than a lot of receivers are when it comes to the passing game.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but there's also a lot more real estate for them to work with, right? Think of the receivers. They got to deal with the sidelines, that 12th defender. Many of these tight ends, they've got a ton of field to work with, and when they prove to the quarterback they could be a difference maker, he'll look for them.
The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. They're out and set. 1st and 10. They're going to start on the ground with Kamara. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. So we're at the 2-minute warning here from the Superdome. The Saints, with a lot of ground between where they are now and where they need to go. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 32. He puts some air under this one, deep right. Oh, no, they get him yet again. Denzel Ward makes the play. Oh, man, Brock, somebody, those other leaders on that sideline, they've got to sit him down and calm him down. 3 consecutive drives now where he's thrown an interception.
Yeah, this defense is just all over him, seeing every throw, anticipating these routes before they're even run. When he's dropping back to throw, and I know this feeling, it's horrible as a quarterback. It feels like there's 20 defenders out there on this defense.
He lays out over the middle to bring that one in. They get 13 on the pickup. And that's good for Cleveland. 1st down.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
Just got a hand up on that to break it up. And now it's 2nd down.
You know, so often we talk about speed offensively, right? We love receivers that can run. Well, that was a perfect example of how speed kills you defensively. A hurried throw almost ended an interception. And that wasn't until after they almost brought him down behind the line for a sack. Speed.
Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop it. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up. Here's a throw. That's going to fall incomplete. Either way, he was breaking it up. Couldn't hang on to the pick, so hits the ground, brings up 4th down. The Browns are lining up to punt. Back deep for the Saints is Rashid Shaheed. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. Looking to return from the 29. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Got every single bit of that one, didn't he? Over 70 yards on the punt. And the Saints will get set to take over. New set of downs for him at the 38. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. To the outside and complete to Olave. And he's out of bounds after getting this to the opposing 45. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And the Saints are going to have a 1st down. Throwing is Rattler. Catch made by Alvin Kamara. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. The Saints calling for a timeout. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. 2nd down now, 7 to go. From the 42. Into the hands of Olave. And he's tackled for a short gain. We have a timeout here. 2nd one taken by New Orleans. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. 5 men in the secondary for the Browns. 3rd down coming. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. Taking a big shot for the end zone. Oh my, it's intercepted in the end zone. Greg Newsome has it.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
17. Saints nothing.
Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Huard with you as we're about set to begin the third quarter. The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Kamara running out of the gun. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Second and 3. This is reeled in by Taysom Hill. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And that's good for a New Orleans first down.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Rattler. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
It's pretty impressive, isn't it? They built this type of lead for themselves because that's actually, Kate, their first sack of the game. And that's why smart front offices and complete teams build a well-rounded roster. That way, if a core component like the pass rush today isn't there, well, the other areas of the team pick each other up. It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
They'll throw on 3rd and long. This is complete to Olave. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
In motion right is Cooks. Rattler setting to throw. Taken in by Shaheed. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Now Rattler. Escapes the pocket. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And he's taken out of bounds behind the line. That's going to be a sack. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. Another try following the sack. Got his target. It's Hill. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
Okay, when you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw. And without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectedness.
And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Well, you call that play to surprise the defense, try to get to the goal line. But a quick adjustment by the defense, well, it kept him in position to make the stop and ruin that play.
Rattler to the air now. He's on the move. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans! The Saints cut into the lead coming out of halftime. Blake Grupe to try the extra point. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Saints cut the lead down to 10. That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. He'll bring it out from the middle of the end zone. Return lanes don't open for him. He stopped shy of the 15. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. And he'll have it up to about the 23-yard line on the play. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
On the move, headed right. Still on his feet. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete. Jerry Jeudy, the intended receiver. So 2nd down coming up.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
They go play action here. Bails out of the pocket quick. A risky throw, and they're going to intercept it. Kool-Aid McKinstry has the INT. And the Saints get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season. Well, they left the locker room in front. Great position to be in, right? But a shaky start to half number 2 with that interception.
We know that no lead in the NFL is safe. A 1-point lead, something that looks insurmountable. How many of these games so often come down to one possession in the end? With a half of football left, you just can't give away too many gifts and too many possessions.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Here's Rattler. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Rattler back to throw. And he can't escape this one. They get to him for a nice exclamation point to end this 3rd quarter. This is the end of the 3rd. Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long. Trying again, following the sack. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
Here he is on 3rd and long. He's got time here. Oh, brother, it's another interception. And the Browns are going to have it after his second interception of the season. Well, Brock, if you like defense, you are loving what you're seeing right now. Consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. It's become a real defensive battle.
Well, let's see here, Kate. We got one, we got two. Do I hear a third interception in a row? I'll tell you this right now. These defenders, they are squashing that thought that defenders are offensive guys with bad hands because they're making it happen, taking the ball away.
And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's a solid 70-yard pickup on first down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3. Setting up a throw. Getting out to his left. He tucks it and takes off.
Positive yardage is positive yardage, and he gets what he can before protecting himself and getting out of bounds. But it still leaves him a little bit short of the first on what looked like a broken play.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. They'll try and throw it here. Short pass brought in. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. It's a pickup of 39 yards. And that gives the Browns a first. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. And he's brought down at the line.
It was as if the defense knew what play was coming. That was a play they knew they could defend, and boy, did they ever, stopping it right at the line of scrimmage.
So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. They're throwing it. To the edge of the end zone. Oh, it's incomplete. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time. That kick, well, it throws a roadblock up on some of the remaining avenues to get back in this game and really leaves only one remaining. It's going to take 2 touchdowns if they want a shot at it, and we know those odds, they're getting pretty long.
And that's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else. So that football coming out to the 30-yard line. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Looking to throw, Rattler. Gets this one to Shaheed. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. Pass play now. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And it's 4th and short. We'll see if they go for it. They send a man in motion. Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. That's caught beyond the marker. Keeps on moving into the red zone. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints now within 1 score in the 4th. Grupe's extra point is good. And the Saints get it back to within 6. They knew what they had to do, Brock. They got the score and now need to pull off this onside kick. And that kick fails. The Browns. Oh, what a hit! Stars the ball loose. And it's a turnover. The defense has it.
Hey, the numbers don't lie. The numbers tell you, Kate, time and again, it is so hard to recover these onside kicks. And when you got an opponent prepared for it, well, that makes it even more difficult.
The Saints enjoying some good field position to start this drive off. 1st and 10 coming up. They run it from the gun with Kamara. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in New Orleans. Saints down by a touchdown.
At the 40-yard line.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. He's dropping back to throw. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Looking to throw it. Rolling left, buying some time. They got 24 yards on the play. And the Saints are going to have a 1st down.
That is so demoralizing for a defense. You lock things down in coverage. You do everything right on the back end. You need to see the quarterback escape, evade the pressure, and get that 1st down anyway.
1st down, ball at the 36. Handoff headed right. Kamara. Has room inside the 25. And he has it almost to the red zone down at the 21-yard line. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's good for a New Orleans 1st down. They stay on the ground with Kamara. Has another lane. And he's finally taken down at the 3. The Browns take the first of their 3 timeouts. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. 1st and goal. They've got 4 chances to tie this one up. Kamara will not challenge for the end zone. He loses a bunch here. Now a timeout's called. Cleveland using its 2nd. Still 1 more in their pocket to use. Now from the 6 after that last play. Here's 2nd and goal. Another shot for Kamara. And it's a touchdown in the final minute. He's in. And now an extra point will give him the lead and maybe the win. So it was touchdown or bust here on this drive, Brock. A field goal wouldn't have done it, but they get the score they needed, and now a critical extra point forthcoming.
And now what I love, the pressure shifts to the other sideline. They do have some time left on the clock, and remember, all they're going to need is a field goal to go out and steal this one in the end.
Reed now to kick this one away. And it flies over the end zone and out of play. In the past, it's a touchback to the 25. The new rule starting this season, Brock, so it's now going to be at the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Setting up to pass. Fits it through the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs.
I try to remind you a time or two, Kate, that you always got to start your read from the secondary forward. You got to see what the safeties are doing. If you're going to throw a ball in the middle third, deep downfield like that, you have to have tremendous awareness of where those safeties were, and the QB just nailed it.
On first down, they'll run. Room to run inside the 20. And he's going to have this all the way down to the 4. And the spike stops the clock, 28 seconds left. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with first and goal. All right, here we go, second down. Here he is to throw. And he will score and give him the lead in the final minute. Absolutely clutch score there, Brock, as they take the lead here in the final minutes.
Incredible execution. The moment not too big for any of them. And, Kate, they cashed in when it really mattered.
They give it to the back on the zone read. And he gets into the end zone for the two-point conversion. That puts them in a much better spot now. Up 7 here in the 4th. The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. And well, in the past, we wouldn't have batted an eye as it sailed over the end zone, Brock. But with our new kickoff rules in place, that's going to cost them. The football's coming all the way out to the 30-yard line. They'll get this drive started. First and 10. He'll look to throw it. This finds Cooks complete. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
In quite the time crunch here, Brock, but still 2 timeouts to burn. It's first down. Back to throw. He's got Shaheed. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. Timeout taken by the offense, their second. Still 1 more in their pocket to use.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
First down from the red zone. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. There's the timeout. It's one of the last times they could afford to take a sack, and now they're down to maybe their final snap. Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Rattler. Buys time, rolling right. And that one hits the ground incomplete. A single second left now on the clock.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. One final shot here. It's intercepted. That will do it. Greg Newsome has it. And the Browns make one final massive play, and that finishes the win. So the Browns will take this win home with them. And it's going to be remembered quite a bit for the defense.
Choose from 4 preset offers that range in level of risk.
Rip, 23. Here we go, huh? Ready. Red. Hey, Ron. Here we go, huh? Lisa, 24. Silver. Hey. Hey, easy. Ralph. On the set. Silver. Hey, Lion. On red. Here goes, huh? Hey, gold. Here we go, huh? Ready? Here goes, huh? Red on red. It's hot. All right, let's go. Here we go, it's hot. Rip, 23. Red. Hey, Ron. Here we go, huh? Okay, break. Silver. Lisa, 24. Silver. Hey. Hey, easy. Ralph. Hey, Lion. On red. Here we go, huh? Hey, gold. Red on red. All right, let's go. Hot. Rip, 23. Lisa, 24. Hey, hey, here we go. Hey, easy, Ralph, Red. Hey, Lion. Here we go. Ready, break. Silver. On red. Hey, go gold.